Used to sleep through notes in class. I'd wink my eye and laugh. Those days went by so fast.
January is hype. People are like motivated in January. New Year's resolutions, the whole 9 yards of it. But if you strip it back, you know, King, people, right, are not willing to change themselves. If you say that I've got a New Year's resolution and my New Year's resolution is that 2022 is not going to look like 2021. I'm going to go to the gym, do this, build relations with my family, whatever your goal is. Unless you change as an individual, and that's what a lot of people are not willing to do, you know, is that self-reflection and say, forget what is happening to me and forget all these other things outside. The first thing I need to change is my own mindset, because look, you know yourself, King, a person will start going to the gym in January with all the great intentions, or by say March, April, that weekly gym chip turns to probably 3 times a month. Then as you go down in the year, it turns out to, I ain't been gym for the last 3 months. The momentum stops. But I tell you what, if the doctor said, mate, if you don't go to the gym, or if you don't change your diet, that diabetes that you've got is going to end up killing you. Why does it will take that? Sometimes it doesn't even take that for some people, right? But it takes that, and that kind of mentality, you can get that mentality without getting that bad news. You have to know yourself, like mentally, you have to change as an individual. If you're in the house, King, right, and you're arguing with your missus, constantly arguing with your missus, remember, you know, you can only take responsibility for yourself. So what you have to do, right, is say to myself, what part am I playing in this argument that's causing it? As much as, like, you know, you probably missus doing your head in or whatever, or a family member's doing your head in, well, you have to take responsibility for yourself. And I think a majority of people are not taking responsibility for their own actions. That's my take on things. That is my take on it too. So going back to like what you're saying in terms of, if you're successful, can you come back to the community that you love? You should be able to. I'm on the fence with that one, because you should be able to come back to your community, but you know straight away.
I feel like even if you don't want to come back to your community, even if you're not gonna, like, my perfect vision, I feel it would be more harder if.
Yes, technicals. It's the first of the year and we were on this, but don't worry. Let me just plug Big King back in and we'll get his perspective on things. Yo, this is
interruption. I'm gonna have to get our next one back. We're gonna do this properly.
Don't worry, man. This is we're doing it raw anyway, so it's cool. Technicals in it. People can know that we're just there. But yeah, go on.
Yeah, so flipping my dream, if I could just outlive my dream, I'd prefer to, like, I'd buy some acres that I just buy. Once I've got these acres now, build my yard, and then I just offer it out to say to a man, like, yo, whatever you build on this land is for your future.
Yeah.
So that gets passed on. You don't even have to pay for the land. Build your own yard. Yeah. So when you gone now, this can never be sold. This will always be your youth, your grand youth, and your grand youth.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this is our community. When a man want to come here just in a 6-week holiday, or man want to move here, this is what we're gonna do. Then on top of that, I'd have enough land to make sure, put some chickens down the stuff, grow a couple trees and some veg over here stuff.
Yeah.
So the land can be self-sufficient and don't have to go outside that circle too much just to eat.
Mm.
And I would just try and from there, I would try and build a community within, and then hopefully I fill up the land.
Yeah.
And it's people of the same like-mindedness, achievers. You get me? You get a doctor down there. You say, you know what? Rather than you going to work, let's build a safe surgery around here.
Yeah.
So everybody that lives down here, they come to you.
Something that you gotta start. You gotta start it, because you know what I find with people, right? You know when you have all the best intention, the best will in the world, and you talk about something, unless you start it, people are not going to follow. And you gotta start something, right, with the intention of, I'm doing this because I want to do it and I'm passionate about it. If people follow, they follow. If they don't, they don't. It's not gonna dent or hinder your progress. And I'm 99% sure that in the long run, those who are buying into the dream will follow the dream, man. But the problem that we have, is that we don't start things. Like, not just us two, I'm not saying just us two, but I'm just saying in general, a lot of people don't just start things. Like, I've started listening to this interview. It's a teacher in it from Jamaica. It's something called Teach Them. It's been about for years, but I've only come on to been brought on it recently. Just in the last year, it's just come up on my feeds and I've been listening to it. But what he does, King, right? He interviews a lot of the Jamaican artists, like the DJs. So like Bounty Killer, Beanie Man, Roundhead, some of the old school ones as well. Terry Ganzi, all those people he interviews. And the theme that I've been hearing from those interviews is that a lot of these DJs, right, they were just doing it for the love of the music, Like, even when you listen to Bounty Killer's story, he was doing it just strictly for the love of the music, King. He said that he went to the studio and he didn't care about any money and that. He just wanted his tunes to be recorded and just go out so people can hear it. That's all he wanted. He just wanted to DJ. He just loved being in that DJ kind of circle. Do you know what I mean, King? That's all he was interested in, And look at him now. Look at where he is now. But that all started from, he just wanted to be in the dance song. That's all he wanted, So it goes down to our intentions as well. If you're doing something and you've got a true love and a passion for it, that's where the dedication and the drive will come from, Like, we're doing this now.
And that's another thing in our community. Half the time we don't realize what we want to do. So we've gone through the trials and tribulations of life.
Yeah.
Where, enough of these men have got their thing patterned. It's written in their books before they even reach school, blood, where their goals are.
Yeah.
And what they're heading for. And it's like, someone in our community, it's like certain man have to stare at 4 walls in a prison and say, yo, light bulb moment.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why should it take that? I don't want it to get to that. Especially me being a youth worker.
Yeah.
To get to, I don't want you to make the mistakes. I even go through with my own kids, like, I don't want you to make the mistake. Even though some of the mistakes that I've made has defined me of my character.
Yeah.
But I still want to save you from that heartache.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want you to have that feeling, and in that protection, sometimes it ends up even spoiling the youth because they don't know about rejection, they don't know about hearing the word no. And then by the time that takes them into adulthood and you're not really ready to baby them no more as adults, they take it into their own hands without no form of flipping blueprint.
Yeah.
Because everything's been handed to them.
Well, you see what it is though. Do you think though is that we haven't got the blueprint ourselves? So, all right then, go back to what you're just saying. we've been through trials and tribulations. That's what made us the person that we are today, and we've been through it. But what we're saying is that we don't want our kids to go through what we went through. So we're trying to show them, listen, this is what you need to do. But reality is, we haven't got the blueprint anyway. So what is it that we're showing them? We're showing them not to make the mistakes that we didn't make. But we're not showing them nothing a different way. And I'll give you the example. That Rich Dad Poor Dad, I've had that book for years, King. Like, I'm talking about probably over 7 years I've had this book, and I haven't read it. Do you know how much people have said to me, you need to take this book in, you need to take this book in, and I haven't. It's only the last year that I took that book in. I've got a different perspective. You know, if I read that book like that over those 7 years prior when I first was introduced to it, the way that I interact, or not even interact, some of the things that I would say to my kids would be different.